No, I started recording.
Oh. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Get your dragons.
Oh my goodness.
Get your dragon ready.
Oh.
We are talking Onyx Storm.
Onyx Storm. It's finally here. Well, it's been here for a little bit, but...
Yeah, it's been here.
Yeah.
But we had to have time to read it.
Yeah. And to have now our official conversation about it.
Let's talk about it. This is a bonus episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Christine.
And I'm Jamie.
This is our Onyx Storm bonus episode. And it's a bonus episode because we're not breaking down these books.
No.
That is not what we're covering. But we love these books, so we're just doing one episode to talk about Onyx Storm and our experience with it.
I love it. It makes me so happy. And so makes me feel so many things.
Yes. Before we talk about our feelings, we are gonna talk about the cocktail.
Yes. So I got to do the cocktail,
Mm-hmm.
which I was pretty excited about.
That's a pretty big deal that you got to do the Onyx Storm cocktail.
Yeah. And I was going to try and do something fancy with like smoke and... No, and then I ended up doing the simplest cocktail. But I felt like it was a good one for this. So it's originally called Black Velvet, and it is half champagne, we use Prosecco, and half stout beer, so Guinness. And that's all it is. But I'm just like, this book is just, for me, very like Violet Xaden. Smoke and shadows, and then like her light with like the lightning.
Oh, you thought deep about this.
I
did. My god, I didn't even think that hard. Okay, so like the light champagne is the lightning, and then the Guinness,
which is dark, and then
is the shadows, and then they combine
together. Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you. So and I feel like that's like the main, like the heart of the book. So yeah, that's why I picked it.
Yeah, the color coordination when you see the video and the pictures is good.
Right.
And the drink was good.
It was. So I had never even really heard of this at all.
No, me neither.
It was champagne and...
No, I thought you were cuckoo when...
And it was not bad.
No.
At all.
No. I tried the Guinness on its own and I was like, ugh, I hate it. But the drink combined with the Prosecco was good.
Mm-hmm. And then even in like the blog when I was reading about it, they're like, you'd be surprised how many people actually do order this. Like, it's a pretty not, I don't want to say super popular, but like not an unheard of thing. And even said like, you'll be surprised when you try it. And I was like, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Especially if you go from drinking just the Guinness and then you try the Guinness with the Prosecco. Very good.
Yeah. And if you hate Guinness like me, still try it because it's good. I know this isn't going to be part of like a countdown or anything, but what is your rating?
7.5.
Okay. Yeah, I'd give it an 8.
Ooh, I was not expecting that. Mm-hmm. I wish it was part of a countdown now.
Yeah. Too bad for you.
Anyways, highly recommend. Super easy.
Yes. Super easy. 2 ingredients.
Yep.
Drink up, riders.
Oh, that was a good one. I could have a drink. Thank you.
After nearly 18 months at Basquiat War College, Violet Sorrengail knows there's no more time for lessons, no more time for uncertainty, because the battle has truly begun, and with enemies closing in from outside their walls and within their ranks, it's impossible to know who to trust.
Now Violet must journey beyond the failing... Oh, I would get the weird word.
Arishan?
Arishan? Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Now Violet must journey beyond the failing Arishan wards to seek allies from unfamiliar lands, to stand with Navarre. The trip will test every bit of her wit, luck, and strength, but she will do anything to save what she loves. Her dragons, her family, her home, and him.
Even if that means keeping a secret so big it could destroy everything. They need an army. They need power, they need magic, and they need the one thing only Violet can find, the truth. But a storm is coming, and not everyone can survive its wrath. Ooh.
Lightning, thunder, storm effects.
What can you read the? Why can I never remember the name of the
Right?
the
Same.
inside the cover book, the
Yeah.
quote, the
What is it?
dedication.
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 Yes. Okay. Onyx Storm dedication. To those who don't run with the popular crowd, the ones who get caught reading under their desks, the ones who feel like they never get invited, included or represented. Get your leathers. We have dragons to ride. Yeah.
Get in, losers.
We're covering Onyx Storm.
Okay, I thought we could start out this Onyx Storm coverage with a fun game.
Oh, okay.
So,
I like how you said fun game. I'm like, oh.
Oh, yeah, you got so
scary.
Anxious. Panic attack.
Not fun.
An Onyx Storm lightning round.
Oh, Jesus.
So, like, one word or like a short sentence.
Okay.
I gave you the questions. It's not like it's...
Oh, you did. Yeah. Oh, I guess. Okay. I didn't actually look at it.
Okay, we're gonna do it at the same time. Okay?
We can't talk at the same time.
Well, I'll wait for you to say... I won't say it at the same time as you.
Okay.
I'll give it a beat.
Why do you like the series?
Actually, I don't know my answers. Dragons. Sex. Xaden.
That's actually great. That would probably be my answer, to be honest.
You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Thoughts immediately after finishing the book. What was your honest reaction after closing in the book?
What the fuck?
Okay. Mine was...
And then, like, really severe pain and anxiety.
What? Huh.
And also, I flipped the page.
I was confused.
Yeah. I was like, oh, next page. No, nothing's there.
No.
No. Nothing.
No. I'm like, I'm stupid and I don't... There's so many questions I feel like I'm supposed to know. Or have the answers to, I mean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite character?
Favorite character? Tairn.
Ridoc.
Oh, that was my second choice.
Oh, I call him Tairn.
Tairn. Sorry, Tairn.
Oh,
It should be Tairn.
Tairn's a really good answer.
I will say the audiobook, they had different pronunciations. They were calling him Tairn, Tairn.
In the audiobook?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I also did see an interview with her, and she, in her mind, Tairn's voiced by Idris Elba.
I saw that.
That made me so happy.
That made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Least favorite character. Xaden's mom.
Oh. Yeah. That's a great
Come on.
answer. Well, now I feel bad about what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
Mira.
Okay.
Right? Mira, am I saying it right?
Be honest.
But I'm saying it right.
Yeah,
right?
Mira.
Yeah, Mira.
Okay.
Which makes me angry.
Favorite sex position.
Just the chair. What happened on the chair?
Whatever. Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
Shadows everywhere.
Shadows around my wrists.
Shadows up your butt.
But if you do go on TikTok and up my butt, yes, there is a video, and I wish I could remember her
I saw
name.
multiple people acting it out.
Yeah, I liked the one that I
'Cause
showed you though.
People were confused. I was not confused. I was like, no, I get it. I get it.
I did, but then it was just like this. There was a certain point with the chair.
It's just they're flexible.
Well, and then someone else pointed out they're like,
yeah,
she's short and he's really tall.
yeah.
So you have to like think of that aspect of it too. But I did enjoy the video where that one girl did it by herself to really show. She did a really good job.
Yeah.
Shout out. She's an author too, and I can't remember.
Okay.
Someone did ask me. They're like, "Do they have sex on top of the dragons?" I was like, "What?"
You know what? Maybe that's coming. No. Tairn would never allow that. I'm so sorry. That was no.
Yeah,
that was the wrong answer.
Not happening for any of them.
No.
Yeah. Do not disrespect the dragons.
Yeah. No. Would you let someone have sex on top of you? Is the counter question. No.
No, because you're not involved in it. So
no.
That's awful.
No. You're no.
Ugh. Okay.
Okay. Let's get into this book.
Okay. This book took me a lot longer to get through than I thought because of the anxiety it caused me reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Where I felt like I was in pain the entire time. Which I love how much this book made me feel. Which is just nice because you know when you like feel that much from a book. And I forgot really how much I loved the series, I think. And you reread it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, but the whole time I was just like waiting for like so many awful things to happen, where it just felt like I was like holding my breath, where I need to like reread it and just where I'm relaxed and not super stressed, because I had to put it down multiple times because I'm just like, oh no, but I love it at the same time. So
Yeah, I felt like I was like racing through it because I just needed to know.
yeah,
I needed to know how it ended. Like, just get to the bad stuff, just pull the Band-Aid off. But it did make me, like, not immerse in it in the ways that I wanted to. So, I've read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame a few times. So, like, I imagine, like, later in the year, I'll probably do a reread of this and maybe just be a little bit more relaxed.
yeah, I'm 100% gonna do that probably in the next few months. Just do
Yeah.
especially because I didn't reread the first two, so going into it, I was like, there were some people I'm like, who? What? Like,
Yeah, you should have done the reread.
I was like, I don't remember who you are. So, like, Quinn dies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who the fuck is Quinn again? Like, I kind of know who she is, but you almost like lose the importance of certain characters.
I reread it, and I'll let you know. We don't care that much.
Yeah, well, I didn't think
care that
so.
much.
So I also had to like check back a lot, but
Can I tell you that I reread them, and I still do that?
okay. I also saw someone on TikTok say the same thing.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I was still like, who?
Yeah, I still do it.
And I liked how at the front of the book there was like the list, but I was like, this list needs to be longer. Oh, and another thing was...
Oh, with the dragons.
Where it says...
Oh, no, I think I saw that. No, I saw that. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, like what their signet is, who their dragon is, which I think is important.
Give us the visuals. Give us a picture book.
Right?
Give us a picture book.
But I rely on maps so much, and when they were going through the aisles and I didn't have a map...
You're supposed to create one in your head.
No, not a map. Like, I can create like what each place looks like, but the actual... No, I can't do that. It's way too hard for me. You're asking too much.
This book, if I were to break it down, it is essentially Violet wanting to cure Xaden and his venonness, right? And then it's like wanting to find the seventh breed on Andarna's kind and to see if they have a part in curing the venom.
Yeah, questing. Team quest.
That is the gist of the book, right?
Do you want to know what I saw and that I loved?
What?
And so this is now what the book is for me. So the TikTok account Overbooked, I actually paid attention, wrote down. I don't know if they wrote this or wrote someone else. And they said when you realize that the whole Onyx Storm book was just one giant love letter from Xaden to Violet because he had no hopes on the cure, so just chose to love her to the fullest so that she remembers it when he is gone.
I guess.
Oh my god, I read that and I was like, oh my god, it's so true. And I just wanted to cry. So that's what the book is about for me. I'm like, yes.
Okay, well, we have to... Okay, all right. Let's get into our favorite plot points because we cannot possibly cover all of this book. So we're just going to talk about the pieces that kind of stood out for us that we liked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're itching, so... Okay.
So I don't know if we have like the same stuff.
Pick your favorites.
Okay, I'm just going to start out with 2 favorite Tairn quotes just because Tairn's the best.
Of course. I mean, my favorite character.
Right? So just one part. It's like smoke rises in thick plumes ahead of us, joining the storm clouds, while simultaneously smothering the village beneath. My heart jolts with the rush of adrenaline and dread. Ahead. Tairn. Yes, I too have eyes. We're 5 minutes out. And then another point he says, I'm not a horse. I wish I could do his actual voice.
He's just like a grumpy old man that you love so much because, you know, under the grumpiness, he just has a heart.
Right?
A heart of gold,
yeah.
but he takes no shit. It's like the perfect combination, and I feel like is my, like, who I am and want to be at my core.
Right?
Is Tairn.
Okay, there's another part. Okay, so it's near the end, but it's still with Tairn, where Violet says to him, you have been the gift of my life.
Mm.
And I started crying, and in my notes I wrote, Carlos and Tairn are like the same. where Carlos was literally sitting with me. I'm like, that's what, yeah. So then I was
That was so sad.
right? Like that was just, that part I think like was probably one of the saddest parts and just broke me, and I just...
Because sometimes he's just like a grumpy grump, and like, and so to have that moment where Violet says that, and it's like, oh, their bond is like, even if they don't explicitly like say things, that it's...
Yeah. I think this book really showed actually how strong
their bond is.
The bond is, especially when like the stuff with Andarna and just how strong it is.
Okay, one of the things, the tidbits of info that we got that I thought was cool was the two signettes.
I say signet.
Signettes.
Signet?
Signet. The two signets from the Children of the...
Children of the Corn?
Children of the Corn.
Like the rebels, right?
Yeah, but...
No, they're called... I know that.
What are they called?
Oh my god.
Children of the Rebellion.
Yes, okay. Children of the Rebellion, they're...
They have two signets.
Yeah.
And so Violet had an idea, but then I think it was Xaden who was like, or it's the dragons building an army, like the dragons being attracted to the rebellion kids.
Yeah.
Right? So like a rebellion dragon group may exist also, right?
Well, and how they were saying, they're like, oh, that's what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
Like a lot of riders aren't getting dragons because they're waiting for those certain...
For the certain ones,
yeah.
And there's like a divide within the Empyrean as well. So like there's dragons who are wanting to go against the Empyrean, which is like mirroring the same as what the humans are doing, which it seems like duh, but that I think that was really cool.
Yeah, I agree. And they get two different ones, and they're pretty cool.
And that, I also thought that might give us insight into why Sigale is so mad too, or what might be adding to it is like...
that she chose him.
It chose him for a certain reason to go against this, like, the war and the Venin and all of this. Yeah. And then he turned, and it's like, this is what we're building for. And you just kind of... Those are my thoughts.
I like it.
Can we talk about the Halden scene?
Which one?
The
Halden
first
was something else.
I love him as a character.
Oh,
he is
100%.
so fun.
Yes.
He is fun.
Oh, he's just so frustrating and so fun.
I love it.
Oh yeah, he's like great, but I was like, oh my god.
He's great TV.
Poor Eric.
He is the ultimate ex-boyfriend.
He's like the reality show guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He should totally go on a reality show. He'd be a star. He'd be a star.
He would.
Okay, so I love this scene where Xaden is teaching, I think, and then Violet is talking to him off to the side.
Yeah.
So Halden says, besides, with all this time we have coming up together on this mission, I thought maybe you'd at least be willing to have quiet dinner with me? Tell me you don't let your non-boyfriend control you. Allow me to apologize properly the way I should have 3 years ago. He lifts his hand toward the loosened strands of my braid, but never makes it. Shadows blast straight through the wards and hit Halden in the chest like a battering ram, sending the crown prince of Navarre flying backward, straight into the rock wall.
Let's get 3 things straight, Your Highness. First, I have remarkable hearing, thanks to the shadows at your feet. Second, I don't control Violet. Never have, never will. But third, and most importantly, she really, honestly hasn't thought about you. At least not since the second she set eyes on me. Yes, later.
I loved it.
I also had a quote from kind of right after that, where she's like just very shocked that he's jealous. Like, she's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Because he's like, did you love him? He repeats, holy shit, you're actually jealous. I was like, yeah. Then he says, yes, love, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the armor that holds you when I can't, the sheets on your bed that caress your skin every night, and the blades that feel your hands. So when the prince of our realm walks into my classroom and starts talking to the woman I love with what can only be considered intense familiarity, and then has the audacity to ask her outright in front of me, naturally, I'm going to get jealous. I love you say that. My other thing is, I love how he calls her love, this book.
Is that new?
Yeah, he would just call her Violet or Violence before.
Ooh, new nickname.
So what I saw, which I thought was interesting, because I did notice, I was like, he's calling her more of the time love instead of Violet or Violence. Someone said, like a theory was that he's calling her that more so that he has in his mind, because he knows eventually he'll be Venom, so that he can remember.
Oh my God, the theories are running wild.
But this is a good one.
Is it?
So that in his mind, like love, like when he looks at her, like love, like you love her, so that he can. So if he continuously calls her that, and like repeating it to himself.
I like it. I feel like it's
well, better than Violence.
I feel like that's not going to come to be as a theory, but I understand the sentiment. You know,
love is also just one of my favorite things to call someone.
I'll start calling you that.
You can. People like call their kids that. Like I just like it's such a cute little, you know, way better than like hun.
Can we talk about the failed quest? Or like the fail-ish quest?
I was like, well, it wasn't a complete failure.
Yeah.
I loved it. Just in general, I just want to say I loved it. We really needed to get off that continent. Would you call it?
Yeah, I liked how it was like a shit show.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing to criticize it, we didn't really get the answers as to why it was a shit show. Like,
it wasn't a complete.
Just in terms of like picking certain people.
Oh.
Why Grady was insistent on bringing Aura. Like what, I don't know if we got clear insight into all of like why it was a shit show and why he picked who he picked and like why they weren't really like.
Well, and I feel like eventually she was like, "Okay, no, this is who's coming. This is what's happening."
No, that was the second quest, but like the first one, I thought that it was we were going to get a more clear answer. Like I thought like Grady was going to be like more evil or something, and then like he died, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, but wasn't he evil?
No.
Didn't he die during the battle? Like he went against them? Am I making that up? How did he die?
He died because Aura and Violet were outside guarding in the town. Oh. And then she got startled and then lit him on fire.
Yes. Okay, right.
And she killed him.
Just kidding. Yep.
And then Aura got killed right after by Venom.
Yeah, okay.
So it was like, I thought it was going to be like a bigger thing. Like Grady was evil and he was sabotaging. And so I was like, you know, and it just didn't come to be. I thought it was going to be like a bigger thing.
I think they were just like, they were trying to control a lot of it and what they wanted. And I think that was pretty much.
Yeah, or like in the end, like Pancheck ended up being trading information. Yeah. So I was like, did that have influence over why he was so bad at picking? Like I was really confused as to why Grady was making the decisions. Like I thought it was like,
I honestly can't remember.
Was it on purpose or he was just stupid? Like anyway, confused, which is gonna be a theme as you listen to this. Is me confused.
Just confused about everything.
Okay, do you want to talk about the good quest?
It's just so much happens.
This is my favorite part of the book, I think.
Yes, that's what I meant to say. This part is my favorite part. Well,
that's my favorite segment of their travels.
I loved that they went off and did this, where I was like, I could totally see this being in a movie. Mm-hmm. And the different places they visited. Like, I didn't have any problem, like, envisioning them at all.
Yeah, they're going to the islands, baby.
Right? Thank God. Like, get off that cold-ass continent. So I have, like, 3 favorite parts.
Okay. How far into it, though?
Well, the first one is Xaden, when they go to find the books. That one.
Okay, I want to say one before that.
Okay.
When Violet assembles the group.
Yes. And
Mira's like, you get one chance to form your own squad, and you choose your ex, your current lover, the Quadrant's resident smartass, 2 people who have tried to kill you in the past year, 1 over said current lover, and whatever Dane is. These are your choices for the most important mission any writer could possibly undertake. And then Tairn chimes in, I'm glad someone said it. I just thought it was funny. And then I would like to add that I really liked Ridoc forcing himself onto this team.
Same. Loved it.
Oh,
and when he finally got the spot, he was like,
excited.
Yes. Just Ridoc in general, this whole book.
I'm so glad that we got more of him
Yeah.
separate from Rhiannon and Sawyer, and that we
Same.
got to see the Violet and Ridoc friendship.
Yeah.
That was, oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it.
Especially like the stuff on like the island with Andarna when he like finds everything. I'm just like, oh, I love you two so much. Like I love your friendship.
Anyway.
Okay, so when I can't remember which aisle they're on.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one. And they're going to find the books that were her dad's.
Yeah.
And they're going there like on the horses and stuff. And because Xaden's like, oh, like it doesn't affect me here. So he's just so like carefree and everyone's like, what is happening?
Did he take some mushrooms?
Like, yeah, are you on something? It's just like him, like relax. Like what is he would kind of be like if he had no stress. And I just enjoyed him here so much. And like Dane says something, or he's like, oh, like did you guys have to do that? Something about their childhood.
Yeah, just chill about
like,
it.
Yeah, just you just asked about her childhood. And it's like, is asking Dane like, oh, you guys did that? Like, oh, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, like I want to know more. Which is also like, yeah, you should know more about her childhood. Number one, but I just loved him. And
can I do a side note, which is gonna be controversial? I love Dane.
No, I know. Everyone loves Dane now. This book makes you love Dane again.
I hope so.
I didn't mind the last one.
I think maybe the more controversial opinion is that I never hated Dane. Like, I was never, like, in the first two books, I was never like, Dane's a horrible person. I never ever thought that. I thought Dane was, like, misguided. He was a product of his upbringing and what he was told and, like, his father. But I never thought he, like, at his core was bad.
No, and I don't think she even gives that off, really.
But some people, like, go hard on him, and it, like, confuses me, and it's like...
Like, the first one, you're like, well, you're like, Dane suck. Like, that was a very intrusive
but it like, I feel like it's, like, taken a little bit too far.
Yeah.
So I like that in this book we get, like, parts of Dane that Violet grew up loving, and it's like, okay, we get to see his lovability.
And when he's helping out Sloane...
He is good.
Like, look right here. I can't remember what he says. Look right here. Look at me. Yeah. Something. I'm like, Dean, stop it.
Are they gonna get together?
100%.
Yeah.
But like that part when it was just, and it's very like they're like enemies to lovers, those two. But that part with him, I was like, oh,
that is
Dane,
a true.
I'm sucked right back in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Good. Love it.
So, anyways, I really enjoyed it. And then when they go into the shop, like the shop owner, and when they know, okay, this is Violet, and then she references Xaden being like, you must be Dane.
Oh, because in her dad's...
Yeah, like talking about them and...
Yeah.
Yeah. I just...
That was funny.
It was so funny. There was lots of funny...
It was fun.
There were so many, like, funny parts.
Yeah, and I like how they're, like, a mishmash group of people, and, like, some people like each other, some people are neutral, some people don't really know each other. It's a fun little group.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. The only thing I wanted to add about the first aisle was the shocking moment of the guard's head being on the platter.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
I was horrified. Because I've read Pierce Brown. Okay, I've read Red Rise. Throne of Glass. Like, not Throne of Glass. Sorry, Game of Thrones. Like, I am not like a head on a platter. Okay, yeah. I've been there, done that. I just did not expect it from a Fourth Wing book or Empyrean series book. So it was shocking.
Oh, that scene was so great. That whole scene was fantastic.
It got dark, and I think it needed to get dark.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yes.
Holden I was just like, what are you...
I love how stupid he was. It was great.
Like, you're such an idiot.
Okay, so aisle 2, Umbriel, where they worship Dune. The only thing that had me questioning, and I know we keep, like, mentioning, like, theories from other people, but I did see someone else's theory about this. Okay, so the queen in Umbriel, the queen that they, like, fight, right? Yeah. So Dane and Xaden and Violet all... And then
that was
ends
great.
up that Violet had been battling the queen the whole time.
Yeah.
The queen wants 12 dragon eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. So they say, no. And so I saw someone say, that, okay, there's 12 dragon eggs missing at the end of the book.
Yeah.
And so did one of the missing people do it? And then, like, who could have done it in that time? And they're like, did Garrick do it? Like, is there some other, like, big plot
Oh, for sure.
undertaking? Okay.
Yeah. Why else would there be eggs missing? That has to be why.
Yeah.
It would be weird if that's not why.
I know, but then, like, the Garrick part, I guess when I heard 12 eggs missing, I was just like, oh, it's something, like, separate that we can't even theorize.
Oh, okay.
I didn't link it to the purpose of the queen also.
Oh,
Was my
okay.
thought.
Yeah. But then whose side is she going to be on?
I don't know, Jamie. Okay, so aisle 3, Hedonus. This was the one where we meet Xaden's mom.
Oh my god.
I was
so awkward.
We knew this was coming, right?
Yeah, but still so awkward.
Like,
yeah, you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, it was going to happen eventually. I loved it. I loved it. The drama.
Oh god. I also loved just the drugging part that they figured it out, and Garrick's just like eating the cake.
Oh, Garrick. You look over, he's like, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, his mother though. I'm just like, oh Jesus.
Girl.
Yeah.
But Violet poisons them in return.
How did you do it?
Aran mint looks just like regular mint, which is why its export is outlawed. By itself, steeped in milk or turned into tea with lemon or a little chamomile, it works wonders for sleep and healing. But when you combine it with some other pretty ordinary herbs, say the shredded bark of tarsala bush, it becomes a deadly poison, and tarsala grows all along your beaches. Ask me why we're going to fly out here without you saying a single word.
Why?
Because you love your sons. That's why you sent them out of the house tonight. Ask why there are only 6 dragons outside. If you're going to be dramatic, I'll just give you the answer. It's because the 7th currently sits next to the window at your parents' house where your boys sleep, where she'll stay until she knows we're out of range of any weapons you might be hiding.
That's impossible. Someone would have seen.
Not when the dragon is Irid. We could go on. We could go on, but that was just a moment of, 12 steps ahead.
Right?
She's like, just in case they're gonna fuck us over, I am going to secretly poison them.
Yeah. Which I feel like she knew was coming. And it's a throwback to, like, the first book. When
she was doing it to people that she was fighting.
Yeah. When she had to think, not just, obviously, with how everyone else pretty much does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was also the moment where he looks in her eyes and it was like, oh, I thought I knew or recognized the look of your eyes or the color of your eyes. And it was for her dad.
Oh, yes.
And then we get his real name, Asher Daxton.
Yeah, her dad really played a huge role this time around.
Yeah, you know what I love? I love when parents don't tell their children anything. It's so fun for the children.
But I'm gonna die, and then just leave you little, like, clues and things, and
it's like a little scavenger hunt.
Yeah, it's super, super, super fun. And if you get the answer wrong, it's all ruined though, and you're screwed.
Everybody dies.
Yeah,
everybody dies.
It's so fun, so fun. Anyway, Xaden's mom sucks.
Oh, I did think in this moment that Ridoc was gonna die, which I think was
I thought Ridoc was gonna die the entire
intention.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that might happen, and then in this moment I was like, oh, it's happening, and I was like so angry, and it was hard to read it.
I think that's what it was. I was just stressed over Ridoc the entire time.
I was
like, he's gonna die. I know he's gonna die, but he didn't.
I was mad.
That was just a really. Also going into it, I was like, oh, it's like, I thought there would be a better outcome with him and his mom. I think that's just also just like wanting that for him.
No, and they're like, well, why don't you just get married?
But that just everything she was saying, you're just like,
we're not.
It's not gonna happen. It just made me sad.
I was so sad for him.
Yeah, like I like that it didn't happen because that would be too neat. Like, right.
It was just heartbreaking.
Yeah, where you're like, okay, nothing's changed my opinion of what you did to me, type of thing.
And, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so aisle 4. I like how Dane got slapped. I like how Ridoc like snorted, and then Xaden tried not to laugh and said like he wished she had been,
She had been what?
I think he like, I don't remember.
Oh, is it? Wait, I'm either completely in love with your boy. That one?
No.
No. I just have a Ridoc quote here, but it's probably I can't remember.
I like that quote. Yeah, say that quote.
Okay. I'm either completely in love with your boyfriend or utterly terrified of him, Ridoc says under his breath. Not sure at the moment. Both, Cat answers from his left. Loved it.
This is just a Ridoc lover podcast.
Yeah.
So Traeger gets the arrow through the heart and dies.
That, I honestly was like, like when it happened.
I know. Okay, and this is what I want to talk about because it was a real like roller coaster for me. Like I feel bad for him, I feel bad for Kat, and then I really thought it was like a cool mirror for like life experiences where like you're expected to contain it.
Oh, and just
right?
stand there.
Like something horrible happens, and you're like, hey, everyone be cool, or like, I don't like your tone, or like, be grateful. Like, swallow it, stuff it down. And so, like, I could, like, physically feel Violet trying to shift her body chemistry and, like, swallow the horror.
Yes.
And just, like, put on a face.
Yeah.
Put on a mask.
Oh, it was awful.
To cover, like, the shock and the grief, and just, like, you know, it was very... Like, I felt it. it.
But yeah, literally had like a verbal outburst from it.
You startled Carlos.
Carlos would believe what happened. Also that part reminded me of like, you know that Wayne Brady show that he hosts?
The like game show kind of thing?
Yeah, it was like a mix of that, and then there's also like, I think it's a Mexican show where they do, it's like similar kind of just...
Oh, that's so fun.
And they do it on like SNL, I think they do like a thing of it. But it's just like pure chaos and like a game show. But yeah, I think they have one in Mexico like that. But that's what it reminded me of. And it's like so much going on, and where you're like, like it was just almost like messes with you a little bit. And it's kind of like a horror movie, and
yeah, it was strange.
It was all these different things, but we got broccoli out of it, so that's the high point.
And soldiers.
Oh, right. But most importantly, Broccoli the cat.
The Irids, like.
And
Darna's family.
That was just really heartbreaking when that part finally happened. Yeah. And when she met her family. I do like how much Andarna stood up for herself.
True.
I loved that for her.
Yeah.
Like, they expect and want peace from her, but, like, she's the product of her environment. And she said, like, you preach peace while only have knowing of privilege. Which is what she says to them.
Oh, that is perfect. Because that's what I was going to say. Like, they don't see the nuance of it where, like, oh, you want us to be peaceful, but it's like, we're peaceful in a violent environment.
Yes.
So it's like, what would you like us to do? Like, lay down and die? I don't understand.
Yeah. Like, you're not being helpful at all. It was such a frustrating...
Very frustrating.
...scene, but I was just so proud of her. Especially being, like, she's so young.
Yeah. And
being able... Just the words that she used, I felt like were...
Good for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you, Andarna.
Violet's second I was going to say signet. Trying to be French. I don't know. Do you know what? I think it's because I keep wanting to say, like, vignette.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Her second signet. I felt like it was a little bit anticlimactic.
Yes, I absolutely did.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what it is?
Because it was like, it felt like a big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and then Rebecca Yarros was like, oh, I thought it was so much more obvious. And, like, no one really thought that's what it was.
No, I didn't think that was obvious.
It is... It's kind of cool. Like, I think we're going to learn more about it.
I think it's going to be critical.
Yeah. But, yeah, finding out, I was like, what? That's what it is?
Yeah.
No way thought that. The other thing I saw was the vet Bronwyn? Bronwyn? Yeah. Is also possibly a dream walker. Because they think he was actually in Xaden's dream, trying to get him to go. Because then had a conversation with Violet in the dream.
Yeah. Yeah, that's possible.
Right?
For sure.
But yeah, totally that was kind of underwhelming.
But I think it'll, like, really be important later.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, now also excited to go back and reread. To really
look
watch
at it differently.
Those dreams. Because I know, like, they were referenced, but didn't think of that at all.
I love that Eric's signet came out, too. And then he kept it
shout
secret.
out to Eric. I enjoy him.
He's great. He's a great character. Loved him in Iron Flame.
Yes.
But yeah, as his Signet didn't come out, quote unquote, we did get the idea that, like, okay, he's hiding it, maybe.
Well, I think
What
it was
is
pretty
it?
so obvious when he's like, you need to do this.
Oh, yeah, you need to go to the Dune Temple. And we're like,
And she's like, okay, like, I don't have time for you right now. But
yeah.
it's like, you need, I was like, okay.
Yeah. That made me really angry. And it's like, Violet, just stop and, like, ask him what he's talking about.
Yeah. Like, why is he being so...
Also, when he gives you the package, could you imagine someone giving you a package
And not opening it right away?
and not opening it?
Right?
That was bananas to me.
Yes, same.
That was silly time.
This clearly has to be important.
Open the package. Open the package.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I have some Xaden shout-outs. Xaden's just a lover boy in this one, and I love it. Oh, it was a cute, like, when she, like, woke up, and she spots her, like, closed book, and he marked it with one of his daggers so that she didn't lose her spot. I thought it was cute.
Oh.
And it's with a knife, so that's pretty hot. Another line I have, she starts to say, we live by the codex, and he says, I live by you. When have I ever given a fuck about the codex or the code of conduct? He cradles my face and leans down, resting his forehead against mine. I'm yours and you are mine, and there's no law or rule in this world or the next that will change that.
I would like to say something that made me laugh that we already talked about, because we're like, okay, we need to be prepared for Onyx Storm, and neither of us had really written notes on it while we were reading.
Yeah.
And so I said to you, the only note in my notes app after reading the book I had written down was what, and this is in reference to Xaden and Violet's sexy time. What are those two doing? Gymnastics? Next book, they'll have to step it up. Cartwheels. Upside down, off the rafters.
Actually, though, and I feel like there's been, like, a chair theme.
There is a chair theme.
Oh, but then there was, like, the bathtub part, which I love the bathtub part, but I also love, he's like, just let me, like, wash you and, like, help you.
You want someone to give you a sponge bath.
Yeah, I do. I really, really do.
Yeah. I did think also, like, they're in very good shape. Like, they're, like, limber, so I'm also like, you guys just do it all.
Yeah, do it what you can.
Whatever you can.
Because especially with your jobs, you're going to get injured. And then it's going to be hard to do all these cool moves.
Yeah, just get as crazy as you can be, and we support it.
Yeah, you stretch.
Yeah.
So you can do all these things.
Yeah, you do your stretches. I do not.
So these moves are going to be pretty hard. I'm a huge fan of the chair scene. Good job. Good for both of you. I enjoyed them a lot more in this book. I felt like in the last...
Like Xaden and Violet?
Yeah, they were could be frustrating in the last one.
Oh, they were so annoying in the last one.
They weren't, like, there's no, like, them questioning each other really in this one, like, the love. It was just very, like, oh my god, when they broke the table...
Yeah, they broke a table.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't have to do with that part, but just wanted to shout that out to the broken table. But I really, like, just enjoyed them more and their, like, progression. Where at the end, where they're clearly married, I'm, like, not mad about it. And I just felt there was, like, maturity and growth, and they weren't annoying. They annoyed me in the last one.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
With just, like, their uncertainty, and I feel like... No, it was both of them. It was,
They're both annoying. The only other thing I add is in this book, I really loved that Violet was stepping up as a leader.
Yes.
And, like, we had already seen, like, her wit and her smarts, but I think we saw a lot more of her.
Especially her being in charge.
Which I think helped us make sense of maybe in what comes in the next book of her stepping up as leading Tyrandor, right? Because we have the incident of the Riders and the Flyers, the standoff with her and Aura. We have the Cenarium speech. We have King Cortland after Xaden channels and she has to handle the negotiations because he can't.
That part right there, it was just like how she just like snapped as soon as he did that and was able to like pull everything together. I would be a fucking wreck. That would not be happening. But she was pretty much like Kate, you're looking down, I'm doing this, and I'm just like...
Great.
Yeah, great leader.
I'm just going to say one quote of her telling of Markham because I thought it was like a good like roundabout from like the beginning where he was her like teacher.
Yes.
Right? Like and she looked up to him. So in her scenarium speech, where the first quest went badly, and now they're planning for the second quest.
Mm-hmm.
And so she says, "This is not the plan, and they are not my squad." Xaden smirks. Xaden's smirk deepens, and he settles into his seat like he's ready for the show, which was fun.
I feel like you did that like a couple times, and I just...
And then Markham says, "You be Markham."
Searching for Orisha is the first logical course of action, considering it is the only area we have no information on.
You don't speak, not to me. As far as I'm concerned, you have the credibility of a drunkard and integrity of a rat. You dare complain about missing 6 years of information on Orisha when you've hidden centuries of our continent's history from public knowledge?
Ooh.
Oh, she does not give a shit.
No, so good.
Great.
Her and Xaden cause a lot of shit. Her a lot more, but I love them. And that's the truth. Like,
we're going to talk about unanswered questions, but first. Okay, so what signet would you want?
Garrick's.
Which one?
Oh, right. The distance wielder, because I could just take like mini vacays all the time.
It's obviously the best one.
Right? It's so great.
Obviously.
I'm kind of not mad about the Dreamwalker thing. It's kind of just cool.
It is cool.
Would be kind of fun. Or Eric's precognition.
I don't know if I'd want to know.
If I was in war, I feel like it depends what kind of life I'm living. War? No, I'm not. So like in this life, no, I don't want to know any of that. So I feel, Garrick would.
I like Liam's Farsight. I wear glasses. And so I can, when my book is right in front of my face, I can read it without my glasses.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I can't. I can't see.
So you just want normal eyesight?
No, I want normal eyesight and I want farsight. Okay. I want both. I deserve it. I would also like to erase people's memories like Imogen. Like you could do a lot of like mischievous stuff with that. It is very Men in Black.
Yeah.
Like, you could do so many things.
Oh, yeah. You could mess with people.
Oh. What was the other one? And healing. Obviously healing.
I know, I saw that.
Although then at the same time, I'm like, have I ever wanted to like be in healthcare? And,
no,
like,
that was my same
be
thought.
a nurse or a doctor? No. So I'm like,
I can't deal with that stuff. Like, that's not...
What about like the astral projecting?
That was kind of cool too.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know the purpose. Yeah, maybe Riddick's ice, so like it could have like a cool drink.
That was also my thought. After that, it's like, I could just anytime I need ice in my drink.
And then if someone ever breaks into your house and you want to murder them, you could ice the inside of their body because he's learning to do that.
I was like, you can like ice the floor like Home Alone.
Or that.
So they also like, they start slipping places.
There's so many options. Okay, we got a lot of unanswered questions going into book 4. I would like to ask, and I don't know if you know the answer. What kills venom? Why can't knives kill venom?
Knives can.
Special knives have to kill venom.
Yes.
And then Xaden Shadows can, but Dragon Fire can't.
And Darna's fire can.
And Darna's fire can.
So, they can use weapons, but it has to be imbued with the rider's power. It has to be that alloy. And it has to be like direct power that kills them. So like Violet can kill with her lightning and it with his shadows. But it has to be like direct strike of pure magical energy.
Okay. Also, what are ruins? You don't have to explain it to me. That's my like me reading the book and just being like,
they are like a weird random part that I don't really like to pay attention to. It reminds me of by Harkness.
Deborah Harkness.
Discovery of Witches. When she has to like sew her magic almost.
Totally.
That's what it kind of reminds me of, but they can't like see the threads.
I know.
Then it's getting into the...
I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I'm frustrated with Violet during those parts.
Okay. The other thing is Brennan and Nolan are lovers, right?
I don't know.
That's the assumption.
Oh,
No?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't really...
The guy that died for him?
What? What part was that?
And he was like a siphoner? Like when Brennan's death, quote unquote, fake death?
Yes, but is he really dead? Because that was Tairn's old rider, right?
Why wouldn't he be dead?
Because, theory, Tairn disconnected from him because he went venom.
Oh.
And that's why Brennan has that mark on him.
Why would Brennan have a mark on him?
Brennan has... So the siphon mark that Brennan has on him is different from the one that Dane got.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can't remember what exactly. It makes sense. But so that Brennan does have a little bit of... Not venom, kind of. But there's mention of, like, the amber in Brennan's eyes. It's a whole other... Yeah. But to answer your first question, yes. But that's why... Because, yes.
I feel like the theory always ends up being, like... I feel like it's not going to be correct and it's going to be something totally different or something.
Sometimes they're right.
I don't know. But no, it comes to the same point that I wanted to get to, which is like, there's something about the mark and there's something about the siphoning that we don't know yet.
Yes.
We don't fully know yet.
But yes, they had 2 different marks, so there's obviously something there going on.
Okay. And then, we don't know who the venom at the end of the book is.
No, but she did say it's someone who's not in that end group that's not there. So
Okay.
it's Garrick, Bodhi. I think it's going to be Garrick or Bodhi because they're not there.
What do you
at the
mean
end.
someone who's not in the end group?
So the people that are there at the end?
Like one of the people that's missing?
Yes, one of the missing people.
Okay.
Is venom.
I think the obvious is Garrick or Bodhi, but then my idea is like, okay, well, the obvious is Garrick or Bodhi, so it's not going to be Garrick or Bodhi.
I think it's going to just be Garrick or Bodhi. Or Eric. Was Eric there? I can't remember now. Oh my god, we didn't even talk about the Andarna part because that was like heartbreaking.
That was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I did hear her say that it's like someone who wants power or didn't think they had enough.
Trying to prove themselves.
So that made me think it was like someone else. I heard someone say it was King Cortland. Oh my god.
No.
It's just like people are going wild. I have no idea. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's going to be Bodhi.
Okay.
It's like trying to like protect his one thing was like, I'm just here to like protect you, right? Be there for you.
I'm with you. All of it makes sense. Like it all makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm just going like, if it feels obvious to me, I feel like she's not gonna.
But some of her
not what
stuff
it's gonna
is
be.
obvious.
Okay.
So I don't know.
My other question is, with Xaden gone, what is Sigil and Tairn gonna do?
So this is like super heartbreaking. And Darna figured out a way to break the bond.
Uh-huh.
I think their bond is broken, which I've heard other people say the same thing. Because she asks where Tairn is, and they say something like he's resting, he's healing, he's obviously like there's something going on. So I think that they broke the bond, so that wouldn't be an issue.
I don't think you can break a mating bond.
And Darna might have figured that out though. So that's
but the bond between human and riders don't seem as a mating bond.
But I don't know.
Look, the thing with fantasy books is
They can do whatever the fuck
the
they
author
want.
can make up anything they want.
Yeah, but like they're gonna have to do it because Xaden can't see Violet. They're just not gonna be able to do that.
I know.
And I swear to God, if we don't get to see the wedding, I'm gonna be really upset. I need to know what he said.
Why was her memory erased? That's the other answer we need to get.
Well, I think that's obvious.
I think it's obvious, like, she's ruling Tyrandor. That's why they got married. We're going to learn more about the Dune and the gods.
Yeah.
Like, the 6 most powerful riders have only walked the continent in the war. So it's like, okay, so who are the new great 6, you know? Because Xaden and Violet are the first lightning and shadow wielders to be alive. Yeah. There's going to be, like, the new elite, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Imogen. I feel like Imogen will be one. Because she has that where we find out her like second.
What's her second one?
She can change material to rock or something. I can't remember.
Oh, I messed up her.
Oh yeah, she's like with Dane. I'm gonna look it up. She's with Dane. She's like, get behind me. So she grabs the shield. Heat surrounds us and the leather hardens in my grip as the shield turns to stone.
Mm.
So she
right,
can,
I remember that now.
He glanced at the stone shield. And says we're going to talk about whatever the fuck that was later.
Okay, we also need to know more about Andarna and the Irids and what they're capable of.
Especially, like, why did you leave Andarna? What happened when you left?
The other part is, with breaking the bond, I feel like she wasn't the one who broke the bond. I feel like
I agree, yeah.
Okay.
Because it was just how quick it happened.
And she seemed confused.
Yes.
So then the dream walking, yeah, Violet's dad and his real last name. What's that? What we
yeah.
need to know more about that. And then
Oh, she's probably still
their
gonna be
grandma.
able to see Xaden in the dreams.
Yes.
Oh.
So Violet's grandma, who Mira went to visit.
Yes.
So we're probably gonna get more about that. And then we have 4 dragons, 4 riders missing. Then Mira and Kat's brother, they're gonna get together, right?
That's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Broccoli.
Yeah.
And then why can Violet still talk to Tairn and Darna, but nobody else can on the Isles?
Because and Darna's magic, and Darna's like her own magic, so that's why they were.
It's because of Andarna.
Yeah.
But how does that extend to Tairn?
That's who she's also connected to.
They're not bonded.
But Andarna's like the magic, so it's what Andarna wants.
Oh,
Andarna
I assumed it was something about Violet, but yeah, maybe that's what. Yeah.
I had also assumed that, and then I saw someone say something about that, and like explaining more of the Andarna, Irid thing.
But then Violet can also wield lightning when nobody else can use their.
Oh,
signets.
I forgot about that part. Could that have been Andarna though too? It's something like how Andarna's her own source of magic.
Okay. Well, those are our questions, and we don't have answers, and we're going to get them eventually.
You could there's so many like rabbit holes
like
you can
10
go down
more
to.
years until she's finished all the books.
I know, and she's taking a break now, which she totally deserves. And like you want authors to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Of
But
course.
like, you have young children, I get it. Like you need to have a life. But then you're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking be waiting so long for the next one. But I think I liked this one a lot more than the last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Casting go, Onyx Storm.
Ooh.
Thunder, lightning, shadows.
Okay, so today we are going to cast Violet and Xaden.
This is really difficult.
We are gonna add on, because I did say like if there's any like really like ones where you're like, this is a really good casting I have.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so like a casting hill you'll die on. Like if there's like anyone outside of
Idris Elba is Tairn. I agree with Rebecca.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, just gonna.
Okay. Who do you want to start with? Violet?
Sure. I know you have one.
Yeah, I've already told you mine, so it's not a surprise to you.
No, and I think with these, both of them, I kind of just had like made up people in my mind more.
Yeah.
I didn't have exact people. Like Xaden, I have 2 people where I'm like, well, we'll get to that. But Violet, I have like a couple people that I saw and I was like, okay, that's kind of who I saw, but I really didn't have, a specific person. Like it's so hard. Because then you're also like, she's supposed to be so tiny. And not
petite.
Right? And then, but at the same time, I never like think of her like that. Like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just tell us.
I had like, that, oh my god, I can't remember her name. Daisy Edgar Jones? Is that? But then I was like, no. I'm probably not. Okay, I saw this India Esley.
Who is she?
I don't know. She's an actress.
JB.
She's in like weird stuff. But she was like, I was just trying to find like physically
Someone who had the look?
that I was like kind of envisioning. And I'm not picturing her as young as she should be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, you just tell me yours. I did a horrible job at this. It was just way too hard.
Yeah, I've already told you mine. Mine was always... I was really lucky because when I first read Fourth Wing, I actually like cast in my mind.
Yeah.
And I always thought of Amandla Stenberg, and she doesn't fit the description of Rebecca.
I thought you had what's her name, but then that was for someone else. Yeah. Okay.
No. So Amandla Stenberg is who I had in my head, who doesn't really fit Rebecca Yarros' description, but that's who I imagined, and so whatever.
But I love her for it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because you don't always have to go off the description, you know? It's just sometimes I imagine something different.
No. That's like my Lucian.
Yeah.
You're
And
just like, you get a vibe from them.
We're just people. We're not casting for the show.
Yeah. I think, and I'm trying to like remember that again because I feel like when we first started, I was very much about, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to picture in my head who I'm picturing.
This is who, yeah.
And I've kind of, gone down a route now where I'm really trying to like match stuff up. Like, I need to stop. Like, it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. It really
takes the fun out of it. I'm not actually casting for anything.
No.
And it takes the fun out of it if you're trying to, picture.
I know. My Xaden is the same. My Xaden does not match the description either. So I'm just like, I'm out to lunch, and that's okay. Who is your Xaden?
So, there wasn't really, this is the guy, like, people have also had them as who they would cast.
There's so many, like, castings thrown around,
but I feel like
that are good.
Closest to who I like saw in my head. Josh Houston.
Oh yeah, that's one of the ones that are thrown around.
Yeah, where I think in my mind he comes like the closest.
Yeah.
Another one I do really like, even though it's not really who I envisioned as much, but I watched him in Rebel Ridge. It's really good, Netflix. And he's also he's the Mufasa Lion King, Aaron Pierre. I feel like he would be good as so many people in this like book.
Yeah.
But I would really like him, just watching him in that movie as Xaden.
Yeah. He looks old though.
I don't think he's old.
No, not old, but just thinking,
Oh, yeah, he's 30. He looks older though.
He's a grandpa. Just kidding.
Well, because there isn't like a lot out there because like she did confirm that he's not white, Xaden.
Yeah.
Which I never really got.
That feels obvious.
Yeah, I felt like that was pretty obvious, but she did like confirm that.
Mine is Noah Centineo.
Right, I knew that. Which
I don't think is a perfect casting, and I'm not like, if you fight me on it, I'll back down. I'm okay. That's just like who I had. That's who I
feel like, but with the first guy, he kind of has that look, that same.
He has the hair curl.
Yeah, definitely has
and the nonchalance that I want.
Yeah, I can see how you.
Yeah,
see, I feel like that's a little bit of like who I saw too. A little bit
of the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the vibe of it.
Okay, I did have my like obviously I have other castings within the characters in the book, but there was like a group that I wanted to note that I was like set on from the beginning of like when I was reading Fourth Ring.
Okay.
Which was the Sorrengail family.
Okay. Excited.
The reason that I went to Amandla Stenberg was because in that first scene when Violet,
her mom,
is meeting her mom in her office, and then Mira comes, I imagined Lilith Sorrengail as Thandie Newton.
Oh.
Like, it's immediately who I got.
Yeah.
And so then I built off of that. It was like Amandla Stenberg. And then my Mira was Zazie Beetz.
Oh.
And then later when we meet Brennan, that was Alfred Enoch.
Okay, I need to see these pictures. Oh, Brennan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Alfred Enoch is...
Yes.
Dean.
The couple next door.
Dean from Harry
Great
Potter.
New show. He's in it.
Is he?
He's an adult now who has sex, who has a wife.
Yeah, he's like 36 years old.
Yeah, so I know. Oh, I love him for that. Oh, I'm a big fan of that cast. It's completely not what I have, but I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna murder the dad's name, but like for Violet's dad, Chiwetel Ejiofor. Like I put, just for reference, I took screenshots and I put it in my photo in an album so that and I named it the Sorrengail family, and I just showed Jamie, and they all look like they are a family.
Yeah. I like him a lot for her dad. I saw Mira Sorvino as her sister. like a young, obviously, mirror. That's the only one I have.
Jamie, I think she's 45.
Yeah, that's like who I kind of see as her sister. I don't really have any, like, I really didn't.
There wasn't any, like, obvious ones for you?
No. Not for, I don't know, yeah, some books I read, I just don't really have just have, like, made-up people in my mind.
Oh my god, I have so many for Fourth Wing, and I just had to, like, hold myself back.
I think your Violet I have as Rhiannon.
My Rhiannon is Willow Smith.
That also makes sense. But I really enjoy that casting for their family, though.
Yes.
I think besides Violet, for me, all the other ones line up like really well for those characters. Oh Jesus, MVP Tairn.
Tairn.
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote down Tairn and Ridoc.
Yeah.
Which I think we pretty
much favorite character.
Like,
yeah.
It's just praise.
Oh, maybe they'll go on like an adventure together.
No.
Oh, I don't think that'll ever work, but I mean, they kind of already did.
Remember when Tairn got mad at Riddick's dragon?
Yeah.
They got in their way.
Oh my god, Holden in the basket.
Oh, the basket.
Oh, that was so good. I've seen lots of like
Holden in the basket MVP.
Yeah. Oh my god, just picturing that, and then I've seen like memes for it. I'm like, oh my god. It's so true. It's like what I was picturing. It was like he's just like in a basket. Like what the happening? Oh, so good.
That's it. That's all. I don't know if I'll talk about this series in the future, but that's what we have for now.
Oh, that makes me so sad just saying that. I mean,
well,
like,
I mean,
we can talk about it.
Yeah,
in real life.
we just don't have to. Don't have to record everything.
I know. I just loved it.
Coming up, we have more of our Shepherd King duology. We're gonna have our April book club coming up.
Yes.
Which is gonna be, what is it? Blood.
Elle Wong's Blood Over Brighthaven.
Yes. So that's gonna be our next book club pick.
Yeah, which I'm very excited to dive into that.
Yeah. If you're not already following us on social media, please follow us on TikTok and on Instagram. We post stuff and we have drink pictures and things where we think we're funny.
Yeah, so many of those.
Wherever you're listening to us, if you can, please give us 5 stars. Please give us a comment. It's incredibly helpful.
Yes.
Thank you.
And shout out to those who have commented.
Yes. Yes.
Love you.
You are the best. You are the best of them.
Yes.
Okay, toodaloo.
Bye.